Hi everyone, I'm Bonnie from Really Reasonable Ribbon and Make Time to Craft. Today I'm going to teach you the Kanzashi petal number 2. These petals are a little different from the first ones we talked about because they're a little bit more rounded in shape. So the supplies you're going to need are much the same. You'll need 1.5-inch squares of ribbon, either grosgrain double-faced satin, gingham ribbon. As long as it's 100% polyester ribbon, it will work. I have nice cross-action tweezers that I love. I will also link to a blog post on the video description, and on that blog post I will link to where you can get these tweezers. I also have a small pair of tweezers, a lighter, heavy-duty thread and needle, embellishment of your choice, and a little round cardboard disc that will be the backing for your flower, and also really nice sharp scissors, and I have a glue gun. So we're going to start with a 1.5-inch square of ribbon, and I'm going to fold the upper left corner down to the bottom right to make a triangle. Then I'm going to take the point on each side, and we're going to fold it down to the middle point. Then we're going to fold it back on itself to create another little triangle. I'm going to use my cross-action tweezers to hold it, and I'm just going to snip off the very tip of this to get all the ribbons aligned in a straight line. Then we're going to heat seal that. And use my little tweezers to squeeze that. And to cut the angle on the back, I'm going to go from the bottom corner to about midway up the back side. Then I'm going to use my tweezers to squeeze all the layers together, and I'm going to heat seal them so that they will stay together for this variation. Squeeze. And then you can just kind of push on the tip to round out that petal, and you're done. We'll run through it one more time with the lighter color, folding in half to make a triangle, and then the points on the right and left will come down to meet the center point, and then we're going to fold it back on itself to form the final triangle, holding it with my tweezers and snipping the very tip off. Heat seal. And then trim the back angle. I'll use my tweezers again to hold all the pieces together. Get that good and sealed so it stays together. And then just work on the very tip to round it out and create the petal shape. Now, assembling this flower is exactly the same as we did with the first Kanzashi petals. I'm doing 2 colors this time, so I added the different color every other time. You're just going to take the needle through the very edge of each petal to attach it. And then, if I can make it work for me, I will tie a square knot with the ends of the threads. Pull it nice and tight. The heavy duty thread is sometimes more difficult to work with because it's so stiff. Okay, and when I get this tied, I will usually put a little hot glue there and just glue the thread into the back and then snip it. You don't want to snip right next to the knot because it may come apart. Then I would add my cardboard circle and glue it to the cardboard circle and fan the petals out until I'm happy with the shape of the flower. I'm not going to do the gluing now. Then all you would need to decide if you want a second layer, and if not, pick out, you know, the embellishment of your choice. This is a really pretty one for the purples, and then just glue it on and you'd be done with the flower, and it would end up looking somewhat like this. Now you notice with this one, the petals are a little bit wider. So it's the same basic folding technique. It's with just one change on the last step. So we'll fold through with this. Same thing so far. I'm going to hold it with the tweezers. We're going to nip the end off. And I'm going to quickly seal. And we're going to make the same cut in the back for the angle. And here's the difference. When we get to this point, rather than holding all the layers together and sealing them that way, we're going to leave them apart like this. And we're going to individually seal each side. And squeeze it so it'll stay closed. And when you flip it over, you can open it out just a little bit wider. So here's the difference between the petals. And that will end up with a flower just like this. So thanks so much for joining me and learning how to create this fun new Kanzashi petal. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and below and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you'll be notified when I add new videos. Happy crafting!